Welcome to a special end-of-year episode of Reclaiming Home, Housing Justice with Urban Homeworks. Today, here our amazing staff members reflect on their hard work in 2023. I'm proud, so proud to work with this team and even more proud of everything we have accomplished this year. If you want to support our work in 2024, please make a donation at www.urbanhomeworks.org/donate. You know the drill. We cannot get this work done without you. So if you value our work in the community, if you value this podcast, please consider making a donation. And with that, let's get into it.
All right, I'm Ann Ketz. I am the real estate director.
Okay, yeah, hello, my name is Azad Lassiter. I work on the real estate development team as a project manager.
What accomplishment from 2023 are you most proud of?
The accomplishment that I'm most proud of from 2023 is definitely closing financing and starting construction on the 5 passive single-family homes that we are working on. They were a long road to get started. We started initially working on them in 2020, so it's a really big accomplishment to get them closed and start working on them. Hopefully they'll be for sale next year. But also these are our first passive houses. They're the first super energy efficient homes we've done. We've been gradually getting there, and this is our first time jumping into that space. So we're really excited. We're excited just at all that we've learned, but also to be selling these next year to new families. In close second for most proud of is definitely the triplex cooperative ownership project we're working on with Blue, which is Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism. And that is not closed yet, but it will be before the end of the year. So it still counts as most proud of for 2023. And that space, we've also learned a ton, and we're really excited to continue working on cooperative as an ownership option.
Yeah, what am I most proud of in 2023? Urban Homeworks will start 8 units of affordable housing. 5 of those are currently under construction and are all going to be passive houses, super high energy efficiency.
What was the most challenging part of 2023? Be honest. And how will it shape 2024 for you?
The most challenging part of 2023 in the real estate space was definitely the intense community safety and addiction issues that we saw happening in and around our communities and impacting specifically a few of our properties really hard. It was unexpected how sort of intense it was this year, but it's definitely shaping 2024 and how we're looking at upgraded security measures like lighting and cameras and other ways to keep our communities and housing safe for folks that are being impacted in this around their housing.
What was the most challenging part of 2023? How will it shape 2024 for you? Yeah, the most challenging part of 2023 was maybe starting those passive houses. The pandemic really just slowed things down, and funding cycles are really long. It's crazy to think that something in 2020 could affect something in 2023, but yeah, for the last few years, we've just had to work really hard to push projects through funding and go out and get more funding. And so, yeah, really what was most challenging part of 2023 is also 2022 and 2021 is the dramatic increase in prices in housing and our reaction and trying to solve those problems. How will it shape 2024 for you? We have a lot of projects to build now. We will have under construction at least 9 units of affordable housing, and hopefully we'll be starting a few more. So that's a lot to have in construction in 1 year, especially compared to the past, my past 2 or 3 years at Urban Homeworks, where it was 2 or 3 houses under construction.
What is your favorite 2023 Urban Homeworks memory?
My favorite memory from Urban Homeworks in 2023 was definitely the direct appropriation, the day that we found out. More than half of the staff happened to be in the office, and we were able to celebrate together. And I personally was just in shock, and but able to like soak up the moment with everybody. That was just like such a big deal for us, for housing, for the work that we're doing, and to be able to know that we've got funding moving ahead in the next several years for deeply affordable ownership projects it was definitely the best moment.
Favorite UHW memory in 2023? Probably the sale of 3335 Vincent to Amber Buck. That was one of my first projects from start to finish. And yeah, just some of her comments about having her children in the space were really meaningful. And that was, yeah, just a really exciting sale, really exciting project. And yeah, one of the quotes that stands out is, the floors aren't squeaky enough. She was disappointed the floors weren't squeaky enough. And that's something that you don't hear a lot of. People usually complain about the squeaky floors. And so that kind of told me two things: the quality of the remodel. In a 100-year-old house, you would really expect to have a lot of squeaky floors. So the expectations were that there were going to be a lot of squeaky floors, and there weren't. So that just goes to the quality of the general contractor that we had chosen and the subcontractors and the care that they had done on the project. Second, just the idea of building memories in a house and making the house your own. And like in my house, I know that squeak on the floor, and I try to move around it so I don't wake anyone up in the middle of the night. But yeah, so it was just kind of fun to think about the memories that will be made in that house. And that is a lot of what our work is.
What surprised you about 2023, if anything?
The moment that surprised me the most in 2023 was also the direct appropriation. I knew that things were moving along well, but I think I had convinced myself that we weren't going to get it, which was like a way to not get too excited and start planning towards something that might not happen. But it happened. It's here. Our team, our executive director, Sally Soul, and EE director, Tammy, did an amazing job at the Capitol. And again, we've got money to start building deeply affordable homeownership opportunities over the next several years, which the real estate team is gonna start on this year, and we're super excited.
What surprised you about 2023? I mean, the direct appropriations, that was a huge, the organization had never done anything like that. So even like taking something like that on was awesome. And then even better, getting the award was really cool. So even, I think what surprised me is that that's some of the work that Urban Homeworks is taking on now in policy, and just the spaces that we're in were really exciting spaces to be in. But then, it's great when you get the great news that the money comes in and now you can go and do more work and make more homes affordable.
What are you most looking forward to in 2024? The things that I'm looking forward to the most in 2024, for me personally, I'm really looking forward to adding to our team and filling some longtime gaps in capacity, so I can focus my attention on new developments and expanding our homeownership and rental programs. And for the organization and my team, I'm also really looking forward to the completion of the passive houses. Looking forward to celebrating and teaching community about their energy efficiency benefits, and seeing 5 new homeowners and families move into those houses.
What are you most looking forward to in 2024? 2024, I am most looking forward to building more houses. And maybe I'm like, that's funny to say, but it's just when you understand the need for housing and how great that is, it's hard to play the numbers games because it can be a little bit disheartening how slow it takes to build housing. And that's part of the system that we're working in. And that system needs to change. But yeah, that's what I'm excited about. The pipeline of projects that we have that include our work from 2020 to 2023 with funding that's finally becoming available. And then the direct appropriations will be starting to do work on those. So yeah, and then another thing I really look forward to is just going to those closings. Closing, it's a big day, it's a fun day. That's the day you get the keys, that's the day you move in. And it's just a culmination of the work, especially when projects can last 3 to 4 years from the time you first applied, for the first time you even thought about building a house, to the sale to a homeowner. Like that could be 4 years. So there's a lot wrapped up in there, in emotionally, and just the amount of labor that it takes to get that done. So I'm looking forward to going to a lot of closings, and then seeing those folks move in 2024 to their home.